Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this data analytics with career guidance. And today we are in day 14. And let me tell you what topics we are actually covering today. The topics we'll be covering is different charts and about charting techniques. Okay. All right. So there is a surprise what I was actually telling you. All of you who have attended the sessions, you will be getting the certificate, that is certificate of completion. It is for advanced Excel. So as and when you keep completing your course, so you'll be getting the certificate. Okay. The why we actually decided this is when we give the certificate as data analytics, so people will not know or the companies will not know what all courses you have actually done. So you'll be getting certificate on every course completed, and also you will be awarded with a consolidated certificate, that is advanced the data analytics certificate as well. But this will be given only for those who have attended all the sessions. But there are some exceptional cases where people have requested for you know their problems, that is they are not able to attend the sessions. For them we actually consider that they'll not be able to come, and some of the exceptional cases we are actually considering. But after all the courses there will be a test actually. So after that only you will be awarded as data analytics. You will be given the certificate. Okay, but otherwise for all the courses what you complete, you'll be getting this certificate. But that again we'll check the attendance and then we'll give the certificate. Okay, right. And again there will be a surprise bonus gift. What you have to do is the certificate whatever we are actually giving. Okay, so I want you people, all of you, I want all of you to have your LinkedIn account. Okay, if you don't have, please open a LinkedIn account. I will surely recommend all of you for the career wise. Okay, whenever you actually think about the career, so please have this LinkedIn. So what you have to do is there is a surprise gift which I'll be giving you on Friday or Saturday. So what is the surprise gift? That will be more than worth 5,000 rupees. I'll not tell you now, but there will be a very surprising gift. So what you have to do is you have to just tell how you felt about the advanced Excel sessions and a few words about the trainer. And please don't forget to tag. This is very important because this will actually help others to know about you who are there in my circle and also in the company circle. So I have more than 2,500 verified, accounts. Okay, and all, HRs, the recruiters, talent acquisitions. There are so many people like that. So the certificate what you'll be getting, this certificate, whatever you are getting. So this you just tag. I think already some of you are doing. Please post all your badges, post all your certificates, whatever you are getting, all the awards in your LinkedIn. So that actually helps you a lot. Okay. So anyways, I'll be speaking about this in detail in the end. Okay, the session. So today we'll be completing our Excel session. But again, tomorrow there won't be class. But on Friday, I'll explain a lot of things, lot many things about how actually you should go about with the next sessions. That is from next week, we'll be starting our Power BI. Okay. So there'll be a lot of things to work, a lot of projects to work, Excel dashboards, Power BI dashboards, completely the projects, whatever is there, I'll be, making you guys work. And also I'll tell you how actually you can start working on the projects as well. So please try to attend all the sessions because it is very important. All right, so straight away I'll go to the sessions and then I'll tell you how you can get this certificate. So I told you some of the exceptional cases are there, so we actually submit the certificate, don't worry. Right, so let's come to this today's topic. We'll talk about various different charts and also about the charting techniques. I have an Excel file here. Let me open that. All right. So first of all, many of them actually doesn't know about what is a chart or how to create the charts. And next, you'll also be thinking that what kind of charts you have to create. Say, for example, now if you want to create a chart, people will not know. There are many people who doesn't know which chart I can actually choose, whether I should choose column chart, bar chart, pie chart, or what kind of charts I have to create. So in this session, I'll explain about what are the different charts available in Excel. And also I'll tell you when you're actually creating the chart, by seeing the data, what kind of charts you'll have to create. So all these I'll explain step by step. All right. I have taken some data here, various different datas. Let's assume that I want to create chart. First of all, let's understand what is a chart. Chart is nothing but it is the pictorial representation of the data. When I say picture, it's just an image. It is not dynamic. But when you see, I have this data. If I have the numbers, it is little difficult for us to explain or say to read that because you have to go and check every numbers here. But otherwise, if the same thing is converted to a pictorial representation, so that actually makes us read the data more easily and more faster. But there are so many different charts. So let's go to this insert, and here I have this chart. So you can see that there is a group called as chart. And if you just click on this dialog box launcher, we call it as dialog box launcher. When I click here, let me just create one chart. Okay, just some chart I'll create. Okay, if you see here, there are so many different charts. But if you see these charts, we don't know when actually we should create one of these charts, depending on the data what we have. We have column chart, line chart, pie, bar, area. There are many different charts. Let me explain few commonly used charts. Let me delete this. Usually, the charts are created. Commonly, the charts are created to compare the values. This is what we actually, most of the time, we actually create charts so that we can compare the data. Now, let's take this table. It's a very simple table. One, I have this region, another, I have this sales. Now, if you see this, I have different region and I have the sales for this. I need to compare. Whenever you think I want to compare the data, we can use column chart, bar chart, or we have this pie chart or donut chart. For comparisons, we use bar chart, column chart, pie chart, or donut chart. Let's try to create one chart and see there are various different elements in this particular chart. We'll understand each and every element one by one. To create a chart, either you can just keep your cursor here and then create the chart, or you can select. But the best practice is select the data, select the range, and then create. So if I just click here, still then it will create, but still it is recommended please select the data and then create the chart. Let me go here. I have this column chart. First, let's create one simple chart. I'll click on this icon, and then here I have this column chart. Click here. I'll get this chart. Let me just keep it here like this. You can see that I got the chart here. That is central, east, south, west. I have the names here. You can see central, east, south, and west. So when you create this chart, try also to understand, the elements in this. When I say elements, that is, there are some objects. So all these are elements actually. Let's study one by one. First, let's understand the data. See, when you have this data, we should have one label and one value column, at least one value column, or without label also we can create, but the label will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's understand one by one. So this, we call it as entities. The labels, what we call it as entities. Suppose if you are working in a Tableau or in Power BI, we call this as dimension and this one as measures. All right. So here we have the entities here. Entity means all these whatever you see the values, they're all single items where we compare with each entities. This we call it as values, which is actually used for plotting the chart. This is plotting the chart. Now, if you see this, all the elements are named, say central, east, south, west. It can be more number of entities as well. This is called a series. You can see that when I click on this bar, this is called as series. The series can be multiple series as well. If you see the data which is there in the right hand side, I have 3 series here. You have only 1 series, you have 3 series. We can have multiple columns like this for the labels as well, but it is recommended that have only 1 column, or you can have multiple columns as well, but it is not recommended. It's not a good practice to have the chart with the multiple, say label columns. All right, now let's select this chart. When I select this chart, you can see that I'll get 3 icons here. Let me just show you. You can see there are 3 icons. These 3 icons, we call it as helper icons. They're called as helper icons. So what are those? Let me just tell you. If I click on this, say here I have this one plus mark, okay? I'll click on this. This is called as the chart elements. All the chart elements will be appearing when I click on this thing. Let me tell you one by one, okay? Now, we have this chart. Let me just select this chart. Just move this data for time being. So it's not disturbed. So let me increase this and resize this. When I select this chart, this is called as the chart area. The entire thing, what we have, this is called as chart area. Try to understand. When I click inside, we have this series. I'll just click inside. I'll get one more selection here. This is called as plot area. This is chart area. When I click inside, this is plot area. So what is plot? I told you, when we actually select this and create the chart is plotted. So this is the plot where it will show me the values here in the form of pictures, or say, some bars or something. Next, when I click on this labels, you can see that there is a label here and there's a label here. These are called as axis values. So these axis values, okay, they represent about the measures what we have, there is the values what we have, and the entity names, that is the labels. Here on top, we have this chart title. Let me click on this lines, what we have, these are called as grid lines. Like in Excel, in the Excel sheet, we have this grid lines. So these are called as grid lines. Apart from this, these are the default elements what we actually get when we create a chart. But otherwise, we have more other elements as well. Let me just tell you what are those elements. Let me click on this plus mark. You can see that axis. Now, when I click on this axis, you'll get one small, arrow mark here. Click on this. It says primary horizontal and primary vertical. The primary horizontal and primary vertical, sometimes you'll not have these labels. So what should I do to get that? See, I'll just disable this. I'll just uncheck this. See, I don't have the labels here. Now, suppose if you want to get that, what I'll do, again, I'll enable that. So suppose when you're actually applying some styles, I'll show you what are styles. If there are no styles, okay. If you're applying some styles, there won't be sometimes the access values. Say I'll go here. When I click on, see, when I click on this horizontal, you can see that I'm getting this horizontal labels. Let me click on this vertical. You can see that I'll get this vertical labels. Now, if I click outside, you will get the chart. You can see that I have this labels here. Here, I have the sales value, and here I have the region value, region labels. But if you clearly see that we don't understand whether it's a sales or profit or whatever, because we don't have the labels. We don't have any headings here. We don't have any titles here. So what will I do? I'll go here, select this, click on this plus mark. You have this axis titles. If I select this, I'll get both the horizontal and we have this vertical axis title. Otherwise, if you think that I want only for horizontal or vertical, you can just go and check this as well. Say, if I click here, I'll get the horizontal axis title, and here I'll get this vertical title. Now, usually what people will do, I'll tell you, if they want to give the title, they'll just select here, and then they'll try to name this, say, sales. Manually, they'll name this. Go here, I'll say region. Now imagine, I want to make this dynamic. Okay, anyways, your sales. You just observe, here it says sales, that's all, because it is manual. When I change the label here, this is not changing it. So if you want to make it dynamic, so what should I do? Okay, always make sure that the titles are dynamic so that, anything you change here should get changed here also. So what should I do for that? I'll tell you one trick for that. What you do is select this access title or any other labels, whatever. I just select this, go to this formula bar, say equals, and then refer here. So we cannot refer directly like in cell. What we actually do, we'll go to cell and we'll refer. We cannot do that. Select the object and here in the formula bar equals and say enter. Data mistakes should be this one. Sorry, this one. Let me select this label access title equals this. Now you change anything. Say I have this sales. Let me relate this sales. You give anything. Say thousands. Region. Let's say just giving some label here. You can see that it's getting changed automatically like this. So likewise, you should be, you should be aware of these kind of charting techniques, which will help you in, making your chart dynamic. All right. Okay. Now let's see more other elements. We'll go here. I have this data labels. Usually we have this charts, the series. So if you want to have the labels, just go and enable this. And here, when I enable this, you can see that the labels are coming just on top of the bars. If you think you want to change these, placement of these labels, you can also go here, see center, inside and base, outside. I can have the call outs. If you still want to have more options, you can click here. It will take me to this formatting tab. Here you can change the values or whatever you want. Say I want category name. You can use the category name. The series name. So in this case, I have the series name here. You can see that sales. So anything, whatever you want, you can go here. You can check that. Usually what we do is we'll keep the values so that it's easy for us to recognize the bar values here. All right, next. So we understood about the labels. So this is a question which is available or, it is asked in MO 200. Okay. All right. Next one is the data table. I have a table here. I want the table in the chart as well. Just select here, click on this plus mark. And if I go and click on this data table, you can see that I'm getting this table here as well. So here you have the data table. Let me click on this. Let me click on this. So here I have this legends, no legends. So you can have more options here. Error bars. So these are all some statistical terms. So people who are working on these kind of projects, they can actually know. So this will just show me some error bars. Now, if you want to uncheck this grid lines, I don't want this grid lines, I can just uncheck, or you can go here, select this, and then say delete. This will get deleted. Legend. I'll tell you about this legend with another chart because here I have only one series, so it will be a little confusing for you to understand what is legend. I'll tell you when you come to this chart that is with more number of series. Next is trend line. Again, you're working on some trends. You can go and check the trend, how actually it is flowing. So these are some of the chart elements which you can enable or disable with the reports what you're actually creating. Let me just correct this. I'll be sharing this data with you. All right. So this is one chart what I've created. Likewise, there are so many different charts. So here, whatever elements I spoke, so everything will be available for other charts as well. There are some elements which might not be available depending on the charts what you're creating. But if you think you want to enable some elements or disable some elements, you can go click on this plus mark, we'll get the elements here. Next is the formatting. You can see that I have this chart styles. When I click on this, there are various different styles. Just click on this, see, automatically will get the chart formatted. So you don't have to go and format anything. Everything will be available here. Or you can also go here in this chart design. We have the styles here. You can see that there are some styles. You can go, you can apply the styles. It's exactly like what we have here. Same way we have chart styles here also. You can enable that. All right. Suppose if you think that I want to change the color, see, you can go here, change the colors here. Let me change the color. All right. So this is column chart. Let's scroll down. Here I have the data where I have more number of entities. Let me select this. And again, I'll create a column chart. Okay. You just observe, I'll create a column chart and I have to drag it, increase the length here, and then only I'll get these labels, in the proper alignment. Otherwise, it's occupying a lot of space. I'll just reduce this. You can see that the labels are not proper. And I cannot, make it straight like this. Because the labels will sit one on the other and one upon the other. It will be difficult for us to read. What should I do? Okay. So that is what I was actually telling. You should first plan your data, read the data, and then only you should actually create the chart. Here also we are trying to compare between the entities. So what I'll do, I will select this. I'll go to this insert. Here I have bar chart. I'll click on this bar chart. You just observe. I'll just keep the chart here. Okay, see, I can read the labels properly and also have the bars here. So why I took this example is whenever you think I have less number of entities, say 4, 5, up to 6 or 7, it is fine. Try to create column chart. But suppose if you think the number of entities are going more than 7 or say 8, 10, 15, then please go for bar chart. Why? Because, even if you create a chart, you should be able to read. Otherwise, creating a chart is waste if you're not able to read. I just created one column chart here, and you could see that I'm not able to read the data properly, that is the label properly, then what is the use, right? So make sure that when you create an object or say when you create a chart, it should be readable. Okay. Now, what is the difference between the column chart and the bar chart? The representation, okay, the representation of the data, both are same actually. You can either use column chart or you can use bar chart. But the difference is in column chart, the bars are vertical. In bar chart, the bars are horizontal. In Tableau, we don't have anything called as column chart or bar chart. We call it as, the vertical bar chart or horizontal bar chart. But in Excel or in Power BI, we call it as column chart or bar chart. When we call it as column chart, that means it's vertical bars. When we say bar chart, it's horizontal bars. That's it. Even here, if you think you want to add labels, see, it is very, neat and readable. If you don't want the grid lines, I'll just remove this grid line so you can still read this. So creating chart is easy, but deciding what kind of charts you have to create is, you have to take the decision. So we cannot tell that you have to create column chart or you have to create the bar chart. That depends on you, your project, your assignment, whatever you're actually working on. Right. So we understood about the column chart and the bar chart. But sometimes, if you have less number of entities and only one series, okay, I'm talking about the number of series as well. When you have less number of entities and only one series, then you can also create pie chart. Here I have this pie chart line. So what is a pie chart? Pie chart is nothing but a chart which is circle and the values are divided based on the percentage. Here, if I click on this elements, you can see that, see, I have only 3 elements because we don't have the axis values, that is horizontal and vertical axis values, we don't have. It's a circle. I'll go here. If you want data labels, I can click on this data labels. Again, the data labels, you can keep it outside, inside, whatever. Say more options. You can get these values in the percentage. You can see that I'm getting percentage. Say outside, see. All right. So I told you that I'll talk about the legend. You can see that here we have the legend. Legends are a small icons or some representation which will talk about each entities with different colors. You can see that blue color, this one, it is central, east, orange, south, gray, west, yellow color. Now let me select, see, I can separate this. I'll select this. If you think that I want to talk about some specific entity, see, I'll just click on this. Again, I'll click on this particular pie and I can just drag it like this. See. So let's say, for example, I'm working on a project where I need to highlight or say I need to take one entity to talk about that entity. I can just move this entity like this so that we are talking about this is something separate from all the other entities. So we can represent the data like this as well. All right. So we understood about the basic simple charts when we have, less number of entities or single series. We can create column chart, pie chart, or bar chart. All right. Let's go to another set of data. Here, I have more series, more than one series, say 1, 2, 3, or it can increase as well. Let me select this and I'll go to this insert. Here I have only 4 regions. So what I'll do, I'll create a column chart. Just see, I'll create a column chart. When I create a column chart, you can see that in central, I have consumer, corporate, home office. You can see the legend here. Consumer is blue color, and orange corporate, gray is home office. These kind of charts, we call it a side-by-side chart or clustered chart. So here you can see, I have say 2.5 lakhs, then I have 1.5 lakhs, and I have 91,000, that is consumer, corporate, home office, respectively. But what I actually want, sometimes I want to say, I want to represent the chart, something like this. I don't want this to be like split, like what we have this side by side. I want the chart where I need to get the complete total. You can see that I have this total, say 5.01 lakhs. In this 5.01 lakhs, again, this has been divided as 2.5 lakhs, 1.5 lakhs, and 91,000. If I add all this, we'll get this 5.1 lakhs. Let me just show you. See, I'll get 5.01 lakh. So what I want is I want to get the total completely, but still I need to get the breakup. Then what I'll do, I'll select this, insert, and here I have something called as stacked. Let me keep here and I'll compare both the charts. See, let me remove the grid lines. Usually I'll remove the grid lines so that, we'll have some white space, which makes us easy to read the chart. Okay. Now just observe this chart. We have the split. And you can see the label also, like, the maximum value, whatever we have, it will show me the labels here like this. That is the values, what you see here. But if you see this one, the entire total, whatever is there, it says 5.01 lakh. But again, we have the split here, see. This is side by side chart. This is a stacked chart. Stacked means you're stacking the value is one above the other. It is one above the other. I can see that. So now you have to decide how I should represent my chart, whether it should be one above the other or it should be side by side. Anything you can actually create depending on the reports, what I'm actually trying to show. So you can decide whether it should be a clustered chart or a stacked chart. Again, same rules apply for this. That is the bar chart. If you have more number of series, select, then say insert, and here I'll click on this bar stacked chart. Like we cannot create pie chart or donut chart for multiple series. If you want to create a donut chart or a pie chart, you can create only when it is less number of entities and only one series. Show you the donut chart as well. Donut chart is exactly like what we have this pie chart, but only thing is we'll have this hollow space here. If one can keep some labels or something, you can do that. Like when you come to this Power BI, I'll show you there are more interesting things what you can do in this donut chart. So from next Tuesday, we'll be working on, we'll be learning Power BI as well. So if you want to format anything, just right click and go to this format. And here we have so many different options. So you can do a lot of changes here like this. You can format. So I can go here, I can have the labels here. If you think that I want to have a label, I can have the label also here. Okay. All right. So we understood about when you have multiple series, how actually we can handle. Okay. What kind of reports we can actually create. So when you have multiple series, this is entities. Okay. So you should take the decision which chart I need to create, what kind of reports I need to create. All right. Next one. Suppose I have the data like this. You can see that the data is from January to December. Let me create a column chart for this. See, it is very difficult to understand. Very difficult to understand because there are 4 different regions, and you can see that January, it is trying to get the data like this. Say this one is comparing the entities for each month, but I'm not actually interested in knowing about the comparison. I'm just trying to compare the flow, that is the trend from January to December. If at all you have something called as time series or some data which is talking about the period, that is the date, then please select and create line chart. Here I have this line chart. You can see that creating the line chart. Let me see. Line charts are used actually when we have the trend, when you want to show the flow, the duration, the period from one period to another period. So if you see here, I have only 4 entities. So I could create this object, that is chart object. But imagine I want to create the line chart for so many entities. Let me create and I'll show you. I'll select this, insert, and I'll click here. Just change this. If you just see this, it is very difficult to read. What will you understand? It's very difficult to understand. So if you have anything like this in your project, if you have any data which is like more number of entities, and you need to represent that, you want to get the chart, don't create an object that is chart objects. Just select only the numbers. See here, I'm only selecting these numbers. Go to insert. Here we have something called as spark lines. You can see that there is something called as spark lines. Click on any of these 3 chart. For me, I need the line chart. I'll click on this line. The data range is selected. And now I want to create the chart in this location. Just next to that, I will select the range. And then I'll say, okay, I can see that I'm getting the lines. The lines are what? The lines are created for each subcategories in this case. So each line, I'm getting the line chart here. These are called as spark lines. Spark lines are miniature charts, which is a small chart which is created for each row. And this is created inside the cell. That's why it is called as in-cell chart as well. So whenever you have more number of entities, so please go ahead and create something like this. So here we can also change this to column chart as well. Go to the spark line, then I click on this column. See. Now here, the disadvantage is we cannot have the labels, we cannot have the axis, that is the primary or vertical axis values here. The only thing is we can just plot the chart, but we can click on this high point. See, wherever I have this highest sales, you can see that, you can see the high point. The low point, if you want, you can go here. I can click on this low point. So wherever it's very small, actually, you can see. Let me just zoom this and see. So here we have the low point. Here it is highlighted. Actually, it's very small. We are not able to recognize that, but we have the low point. If you have any negative numbers, you can select here for the negative values as first point and the last point. That also you can actually plot. So these things we can do, but we cannot have the labels here. Okay, but still, if you are an analyst, once you become experienced, data analyst, so these things will be very easy to understand, and also to read the data, it is very easy. So now, if you ask me, it is very easy for me because I have 12, um, 12 series here. I can know that how the flow is actually happening. Usually, for the flow, just go here and then use the line chart rather than column chart. And this is again a MO200 question. So we have one question on Sparkline. It says about how to select this range and then create a chart. Okay. So this is the Sparkline and line chart. Suppose if you think that I want to create an area chart, if you think that the line charts are actually difficult to read, then what you can do is you can also create, you select this, insert, I have this area chart. Okay. So this also you can actually create. So area chart, what it will do is you'll just try to cover the lines, whatever is there. You'll just try to fill the colors, fill the area like this. All right. So these are some of the charts what we can actually create, different common charts actually. Usually we create these charts, but now we have some charts which have been introduced in 365. These are the new charts. What are those? Here, if you go to this insert, I have a chart here called as tree map and sunburst. What is, let me tell you. I have the chart. I told you the charts, whatever we are trying to create, that should be in one, column with multiple entities. But sometimes what happens, we need to create a chart. Say for central, I have these categories. For east, I have these categories. I need to create a chart like this. Previously, we didn't have these charts, but we have these kind of charts in Tableau, Power BI. But now in Excel also, we have this chart. Let me select this. And then I'll go to this tree map here. I just click on this. Here I have this tree map. I'll click here. So what is tree map? Tree map is nothing but I have one tree. You can see that it's a complete tree. In that I have some branches. Say west, you can see that I have this west. Inside west, we have different technologies. Say furniture, office supplies, technology, and mobile. You can see that I have 4 different branches. I'll go to this east. I have this furniture, technology, and office supplies. So depending on the data what we have here, we can plot the chart here. Similarly, what we created this pie chart, right? We created one pie chart here. Likewise, now for multiple series, entities also, we can create the pie chart. So I'll tell you how to create that. Go to insert. I have the sunburst. If you click on the sunburst, you can see I have the chart like this. Let me increase. See, I have this vest. In that, I have various different categories. And again, south. So we can plot the chart like this. Previously, we didn't have these options. I can see that I have the central. For that, I have three categories and their values are plotted. Now, further again, we can have one more column here with a split for these categories. Again, there will be like one more circle, and again, there will be a split. And again, on this, there will be a split. And again, we have more other splits here. So likewise, we have this branch. Again, there will be inside one more branch like this. So this is called as hierarchical chart. So if you go ahead and check this, it's called as hierarchical chart. So when you think that I have one hierarchy, say central, for that I have these three categories. For furniture, if there are more other categories, say subcategories, we can have those subcategories and that will be divided. So these are some of the charts, and there are so many different charts. There are so many advanced charting techniques. I'm not sure if you guys have attended our weekend with experts sessions in the app. Okay. If you want, I can send you the link as well. You go and check. There are almost 25 different charts what I have explained along with these things as well in detail. Okay. There is some 4 hours sessions. If you want, you can go and check that. You can read more and more on the charting techniques as well, right from basics to advanced. Along with that, I have also added some textbooks for practicing more and also some practice files which helps you in mastering the charting techniques, that is advanced charting techniques. Okay. All right. So these are the Excel concepts what we have. And again, we'll be coming back to this Excel with projects, that is after Power BI and SQL. So still there are a lot of things to learn in Excel. So this is like the first part of the Excel. So let's finish our Power BI session. We'll start from next week. Friday, there is a class, but we'll have some discussions. Okay. I want a lot of discussions with you people so that I can understand what are your needs and things like that. Let's have a discussion on Friday. Tomorrow, there won't be class. So this completes your Excel sessions, but still we'll work on more advanced concepts after finishing this course on Power BI and SQL, because we'll be working on projects both in Power BI and in Excel. Right? Okay. Now, coming back to this slide, I was talking about the surprise bonus gift. This I'll tell you on Friday, but what you have to do now, I forgot to give something. Certificate of completion. Whoever wants a certificate of completion, I am posting this here. Okay. Take this link, fill, okay, fill the details. Fill this by EOD today. Okay. Otherwise, I'll not be giving you the certificate. All of you fill this. It is like 4 or 5 fields, very simple fields. And in the name, please fill your name. I can see that in the previous sessions, people have filled advanced Excel or charting techniques. Your name is your name, not anything else. Okay, please fill your name. Take this link, fill the details by EOD, because I need to generate. Okay, I need to generate the certificates. It takes some time. Okay, and I want all of you to post it. I want all of you to post it. Where to post it? Here. Where is that? Let me. I want you guys to post in LinkedIn, and you should tell about the Excel sessions and also a few words about the trainer, that is about me. Okay. You add that tag. This is very important. Okay. You just put something, some text, and if you forget to tag, you know what happens? I cannot recommend actually. So tag both my ID as well as the company ID, which will help you in recognizing or say recommending in LinkedIn. Okay, see, I'm not so worried about the other social media portals, but I want all of you to be on LinkedIn. Instagram, yes, okay, it is actually good idea to post all your awards, certificates. There also you can tag the same ID I have. in Instagram as well for the company and my name, but concentrate more on LinkedIn. Okay, so I posted that link. So all of you, please fill the details by EOD, say by 5 p.m. After that, I'll generate the certificate and I'll message you the link from where you can download your certificate and then post it. And again, people, I told you this is certificate of completion. It is not certificate of participation. So it is actually good for you. You can keep this with you so that you guys can actually submit it. Um, my LinkedIn URL, you just type, say at, I'll send you. If you're there, how many if you're not still there in the WhatsApp group? If you're not there in the WhatsApp group, please get added in the WhatsApp group. So where to get the WhatsApp group link? You can get that. Go to that course where you have joined. Okay. So here, they have this course, right? So click on this. And if you just scroll down, here we have, okay, Zoom link. Here we have, somewhere we have that WhatsApp group link as well. Okay, see here, WhatsApp group, sorry. See, just click on this, you'll get added to the WhatsApp group. Okay, just get added. And also, I want all of you go to this course. Below this, we have this, you know, reviews. Okay, please give the reviews here. So you'll have a surprise gift for this as well. So I want all of you, please give the reviews here about the session. So this you can give even after completion of the sessions, that is after all this data analytics as well. But make sure that you will post your certificate, badges, whatever awards you get, not only from my institute, okay, whatever certificates you get, please post in LinkedIn. That will actually makes you people more visible in the LinkedIn, and also more HRs will actually recognize you. Okay, so make sure that any certificates you get, any certificate you participate, please try to post that in the LinkedIn. That is very important. People, I'll tell you why we should do all these things. Those days are gone where you send your profile, they'll see your resume and then they'll call. Those days are gone. Now everything is online. They come directly and check your LinkedIn profile. They'll come to know very easily because a lot of fakes are happening. To avoid this, you can put anything in your profile and you can send to the HR. They'll read that, they'll call you. Once you come there, and if you're not up to that mark, that is whatever you're given in the profile, then it's a waste of time for the HRs. So for that, what they're doing is they're tracking everything online. That is mostly on this LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a professional network. There is a topic completely on LinkedIn. Okay, completely on LinkedIn, how efficiently you can use LinkedIn, how actually you can approach the HR. So I'll tell you all these in detail. There is a session on that when you come to this career guidance. I'll explain all these things. Okay. So I have given the link. Again, I'll put this also in the group. So I want all of you, please make sure that, you will fill this certificate. Okay. Shobha, I will explain about all, the career guidance. When it comes to this career guidance, let's not talk about that now. Naukri, Monster, LinkedIn, anything. Okay, I'll tell you which is the better site for applying for your jobs. Okay. All right. So I will end this meeting now. So thank you so much. So this completes your Excel classes. I want all of you to go through all the videos which is available in the app. You can go and you can check that. Everything is listed down here day by day. So whatever courses are there, I have put that here. Okay. If you just go here, you can see that day wise I have put everything. Okay, every day we are posting, and then you can actually download the materials as well. You can see there are so many materials. You can download that. Every day we are posting all the videos here. You can just go and you can use this, and it's completely free. You have to register for this. So you have to register here. Then only you can actually use, let's say, start. See, you have this WhatsApp group link here. WhatsApp group, click on this. You'll go to this WhatsApp group link. And if you go here, I have everyday sessions here. Okay, up to date, day 13. So today is day 14. I'll post that immediately. And I want all of you to fill the details. Okay, and then get the certificate. Right? Okay. So before I end the session, as usual, I'm just taking your 1 minute. How was the session and how was the entire advanced Excel session? Just take 1 minute and tell about the entire session, whatever you attended, the Excel sessions. Good. So I can see. Thanks, Bharat. Prasanna. Sessions are really helped me to improve my Excel skills. Prasanna, still there are a lot of things. Keep attending. Okay. So there are a lot of things. Okay. All right, people, new things learned. This is one thing I always like to hear. Unique way teaching and enjoying. Okay, good, Satya. Very good. Okay, so I'll also send you the link of this advanced charting techniques as well. Please go through that as well. Okay, because in this 1 hour I cannot cover everything. But there is, the video, 4 hours video, which has got in detail about the charting techniques. Please go through that as well. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for your valuable feedbacks. Fill the details what I have sent for this certification. I will send you the certificate by tomorrow or early by Friday. Or tomorrow EOD I'll be sending. Yes, it's there, Gopi. I'll send you the link. No worries. In the group, I'll send you. I want all of you to be in the WhatsApp group. I told you, we can go, you can get added here. See, here I have this WhatsApp group link. Okay, so here I have the WhatsApp group link. You can go and you can get added here. I have the link. I don't know how to get the link. So and click here, it will take you to the WhatsApp group link. Otherwise, I'll send you the WhatsApp group link. Tomorrow, there is no class. Friday, we'll have the class. There is no class tomorrow. Take rest or practice all the files, whatever. I'll send you all the link of this 14 days. Go check that, learn completely. And then Friday, we'll not have any class, but we'll have a discussion. Bring all your questions or something. Let's have a discussion. And also, I told I'll be giving you some surprise on Friday, so you can get that. But the surprise is only for those who post. Okay. Again, I'm telling you, only for those who post the certificate, and the certificate details you have to enter before 5 p.m. today. Otherwise, I'll not give the certificate, because it is very difficult for us to generate certificates. Even if it is like 10, 15, also it take a lot of time for us to create the certificate. So make sure that you people will, fill that before 5 p.m. today. Okay. All right. So anyways, I'll send all the details in the WhatsApp group. So please try to fill the details, and also 14 days Excel classes, whatever is there, try to understand that, work on that, download all the materials, work on that, and post your certificate in LinkedIn. Tag us. Don't forget to tag us, please. This is for your benefits only. Okay. All right, people. Have a great day. See you guys on Friday. Bye-bye.